Darren, thanks for joining me. We're back to a live Europe's Strongest Man and Log Lift Championships after a bit of a delay. First off, how many people are you expecting at the event as far as spectators?
Well, it should be a full house. It should be somewhere between 11,000 and 12,000 people. Because obviously there's been a lag. We've had the coronavirus and everyone's keen to get back. We had a few tickets that we'd sold before because this event was due to go on just after the lockdown. We locked down at the end of March, and obviously this show was due to happen the start of April. So a lot of these guys have been very patient with the tickets, really.
Well, after this lengthy delay, we're guaranteed a new champion this year, as a lot of the previous champions have frankly retired from the sport of strongman. So if you had to give some podium predictions, who are you looking at for our top three?
Well, I mean, it's quite exciting, really, because obviously Novikov didn't get to the final of World's Strongest Man. So he's done really well in the last two Giants Lives. Tom Stoltman missed Manchester just to train for the Europe's Strongest Man. So he really wants that title. Novikov's on brilliant form. So it'd be nice to see the last two World's Strongest Man winners going at it in a one-day event. So you've got to put those two on the podium, really. And then I've got a strong feeling about Adam Bishop because he came second. He did very well at Royal Albert Hall, but he came second at Manchester. And he just looks on great form. And I believe he's going to be on the podium as well. But then again, you got so many other great guys in there, to chuck in the mix. But that'd be my prediction if I had to put money on it.
Are any of these competitors folks who you haven't been able to spend a lot of time with personally? Anyone you're excited to kind of get to know a little better?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the guys we've seen at World's Strongest Man, just going through the list of competitors I've got in front of me. Obviously, we've got the Stoltman brothers. Those guys have been around for a long time. Personally, with Giants Live, they're great friends and good ambassadors of ours. We've got Biby coming as a guest to try for the log world record. Again, he does a lot of Giants Lives. He's a great guy, great ambassador for the sport. We've got Ireland's Strongest Man, Par O'Dwyer. He's just getting stronger and stronger, really coming into his own. We've also got another guy, a bit like Par, really, who's Wales' Strongest Man. Just won it Saturday gone, which is Gavin Bilton. He, every time we see him, is getting better, and he's a big character. People really like the guy. So I'm interested to see his progression as well. And then for the rest of the show, we've got Ervin Toots. Did Europe's last year. Obviously, Europe's Strongest Man format was a bit different. He did okay. I think he came fourth last year. This year's lineup is a little bit harder, admitted, so he's got a point to prove that he can mix it with those guys. We've got Ralno Heinle, who has done a few Giants Lives. Always seems to come with a bit of an injury, but yeah, he always puts in a pretty good performance. Hell of a deadlifter, good presser. He's got all-round good events. And then obviously you've got Novikov, who's just on fire at the moment. Really excited to see him. He always puts 100% in. His form's brilliant. His attitude's very good. He's like a guy with a rocket up his behind. He just goes for it.
So let's talk about the log lift championships. Why has this record stood for so long? I mean, it hasn't changed hands since 2005. That's when Big Z took the record and he extended his own record, but no one else has had their name on that record table since 2005. That's 16 years. Why is that?
Yeah, I mean, it's not for the want of trying. We've been putting these championships on and the guys have been turning up, and there's been a lot of people very close. Eddie Hall, probably the closest. He actually had the world record. Well, I've got a photograph of him. It looked like he'd done it. Magnus Ver refereed it. He definitely didn't get it, but it was so close. And that was on his second attempt. We've had Hicks going for it a few times. We've had Luke Stoltman do it on the Worst Feats of Strength. He's had a go at it, got very close. But, Big Z pushed it so high that, it's very, very difficult to clean that log. I know that Iron Biby's got the pressing power, 100%. He can press that, but it's cleaning it. If he gets it to his chest, he will press it. But he's just raw. He's got that raw power. Whereas someone like Luke Stoltman, he's got the perfect technique, you know. And to your question, why has it lasted so long? Just because Big Z was so far in front, I'm afraid, of everybody else, and it's taken this long. If you look at the other records, you know, ever since Eddie's done the 500 kilo deadlift, there's been people pushing it and getting very close, and it will go 505, 510. But Big Z was streets in front of everybody. He really was. He won every log press for years. It was a bit before his time with his shoulders, really.
I think that it's easy to take that for granted because in strongman, well, it's like, okay, the stone record's going to fall, the deadlift record's going to fall, or they have fallen and they've progressed. And I think we take it for granted that Big Z pushed it so incredibly high, all the way up to 228. If you had a prediction as to who's going to come away with the heaviest log press this weekend, who might that be?
The strongest shoulders in the world, without question, is Iron Biby. But it's not always about that. It's sometimes about technique. So if Biby gets it, like I said, if Biby gets it to his shoulders, it's a done deal. But Luke Stoltman's technique is so good. He also could do it. So to me, it's between those two at this moment in time. And they've both got a good chance of doing it. I think they'll both be having a go at it, and hopefully one of them gets it, because it'd be great to see it. You know, Big Z's had it for too long. You know, it'd be great to see it go, and I think it'd be great to have it done in front of a big live audience as well. And obviously it's going to be on television, everything like that. And also, I'm quite keen to have these records personally back on wooden logs. I'd like to see moving forward that everybody does it on wooden logs, because somehow we've got across the metal log, and I think it should go back to just being wood, really.
Why is
the word log?
Yeah, you answered my question. That makes a lot of sense. There's something very visually appealing about that as well, right? And different physics and weight distribution there. Let's talk about the viewer experience for those who aren't going to be there live. What can folks expect, say stateside from the Facebook live stream?
Well, we're just trying really hard, to be honest with you, to do our best job we can with the live stream. We've got a great team involved. We're trying to make it visually as aesthetically pleasing as it can be. And also, we get on with the shows. Unfortunately for their athletes, the shows are very fast. So you can sit down 3 hours, you'll see everything, You get to see every lift. Obviously, it's a live stream, so there is always that, risk factor. But the last two we've done has gone so well. Loads of people have watched it. We've had great feedback. We listen to what people say. Like I say, there is always a risk with a live stream, as you guys know, because it's live, So I'd never work with children or animals or strongmen, It's going to go wrong. We're just trying to do as good a job as we can. We want it to be like TV quality. And really, they're getting to see exactly what the audience see. So, and it's not a great deal of money.
Excellent. Well, Darren, I really appreciate you taking the time. We're excited to tune in this weekend to crown definitely a new Europe's Strongest Man, maybe a new log lift world record. We shall see. But very, very excited for that. Follow along with Giants Live. We'll have all the information in the description below this video and at barbend.com. Thanks so much, Darren. Appreciate it.
Thank you.